Again, like Matt says, welcome everybody to Whiskey Thursday here. We have a special guest with us tonight, and we're super excited about this, actually. So Brent.
Did you say Brent?
Sorry. Brett. Brett.
An accent.
We're going to start off on a great note.
Brett. Well, here's the thing. I can't pronounce your last name.
Ratkowski.
Ratkowski. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
I got it. There you go. So
you wouldn't be the first person that said that, so it's all right.
Well, and usually before the shows, I try my best to go back and look up the name, make sure I can say it properly. But I didn't have time tonight, so my apologies, Brett. But super pumped to have you on tonight. You've got this is really exciting, actually. So you're actually part of our student program, which is amazing. You add a ton of value there, and I was actually shocked when you joined it because you already knew how to do Facebook ads. You're one of the big marketers out there, which is awesome. But we'll talk about about that a little bit later on, just why you decided to jump in and what you got out of it and things like that. Because I think it's really cool out there, which is awesome. But we'll talk about about that.
Hold on one second. We have some technical.
Why you decided to jump in and what you got out of it. Brett. Which is awesome. We'll talk
about technical difficulties real quick.
We'll just mute him.
Okay.
So we had to mute you.
Brett is muted.
Oh gosh. Do you have a headset?
Let's mute him. We'll just mute him. Okay.
We're good.
We had to mute Brett is muted.
Well, bro, holy shit. I use Shift. If you guys have ever used it, that shit it just popped up when you went live. It just popped up our shit.
Actually, I want to talk to you about that because that's I was wondering about. I've been using it a little bit just to test it out.
Love Shift.
What's that? It's good, eh?
Love it. Yep.
Yeah. Let's talk about that as well. I'm gonna make a note here. Shift. Yeah, it's cool. I've been testing. It looks really good. And if you're scaling and getting a lot of customers, I can imagine it's really helpful.
So so that's high level you're thinking of.
No, I'm thinking of Shift.
Oh, you are? Okay, yeah. So
yeah.
Shift is good. Listen, it's everything in one platform, right?
It's really slick.
I put my Basecamp, I put Slack, I put Asana, everything. And guess what? When I'm on a sales call, I click one mute button, not 18.
Yeah.
So there's some things I don't like about it, but my whole team uses Shift.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it's good for productivity. It's one platform for everything.
That's awesome. So before we got
sorry about that, everybody.
Your Shift.
There's some things that I don't like about it, and that's one of them. That it just does whatever the fuck it wants sometimes.
So anyway, back to I'm excited about having you on the show here. Just really quickly, let me read the bio that we put up for you because I think it's pretty cool. Let's see here. So just one of the paragraphs here. So after just 2 years of hard work and sacrifice, you and your team now manage 57 clients, and you've worked with for over 180 real estate agents. And then just in the past 18 months here, you've generated over 100,000 leads for your real estate clients. So I think that's very, very impressive. I want to talk to you, about how you're managing that many clients, because I think we all run into this where it's like there's a ceiling that you can only do so much. So what have you done, with your processes, your systems, your teams, all of that stuff. And I think we really want to get into that part of it. But before we jump into that, Matt.
Yeah, if you guys are watching live, hashtag live in the comments below. If you're watching the replay, hashtag replay in the comments down below. Also, let us know where you are watching from. Cameron says we're throwing him into jail. I don't know what that means. We're throwing him into he wants a pigeon mail masterclass, and then he says you're throwing me in jail. So I think Cameron started his Whiskey Thursday like maybe yesterday, and he just been going the whole time.
Whiskey Wednesday going into Thursday.
Right? Talking about pregame, man. Talk about pregame. Awesome. We got Ed here, Jimmy here, Esteban, Andrade is here, Matthew, Don, Marlon, Cameron. Chris, Ryan, what's going on, everybody? How's it going? Luke Shankula, what's going on, man? We are really excited about this week because, like I said, Brett has got just an amazing business going on, and we cannot wait to pick his brain a little bit.
Yeah.
To tell us how he does it, and then
let's follow what you guys do. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh man. So yeah, tell us a little bit about, what does that look like? I mean,
actually, I want you to start like way at the beginning, because what's really I don't think people that kind of know who you are or know who you are don't realize where you're coming from, right? So you went through, you were a licensed agent. You kind of, you did really well, worked with some of the top realtors in the US. Things took a shit kicking in your business. And then you kind of went rogue and did what Matt did, which is stop doing real estate and started doing the marketing. So tell us a little bit about that sort of point in your business or in your life.
Absolutely. Great thing. Great minds think alike, Matt, for sure. So for me, yeah, I started out in real estate and started out part-time. And I was lucky when I got into real estate. One of my best friends and one of my partners that helped me start Optimize Real Estate was in online marketing and stuff like that. And so from day one, I'm like, oh, that's the shit. Like, I don't want to go cold calling. Like, I want people coming to me. I want people coming. Like, I want to be able to pick up the phone and call people. And so that was when Facebook marketing first started when I got in. And so I've been even in my own real estate business. So long story short, I went part-time, jumped in it full-time, did a couple deals in my first year. And then, you get a couple big checks and it's the biggest amount of money, the most amount of money you've ever had. And that shit goes away real quick. And so went from, doing a bunch of deals to going broke, right?
It comes in chunks.
Yeah. It goes away faster than it comes in. So, essentially went broke, had my car repossessed, was sleeping between my sister's house and the house that I'm in now, which is I'm now married to my wife, Ryan, and she, at the time, we were just dating, right? She was getting out of a relationship, and I was getting out of a relationship. And so just going back and forth. And, for me, what it was is when I hit rock bottom, I was like, all right, like I got to do something that's one, a little bit more sustainable. Two, I need to make more money. And three, I need to get my fucking car back. Right. So, so I went through that and, everyone has a why of what they want to do and why they want to start something and why they want to make money or whatever. I never had that. My why now is to never go back to that fucking place I was in because it was miserable, right? Having to tell my now wife that I lied to her about my my car being stolen out of her driveway when I knew it was fucking repossessed. Like little things like that I'm like, I don't ever want to be that person again. I don't ever want to go back to that place. And so, that started me going from like, I'm going all in on Facebook and open houses in my real estate business. And in 18 months, I did 210,000 in GCI just from Facebook alone, right? I took 6,000, turned it to 210. Now, GCI, for those of you that are not in real estate, that's gross commission. That's not what I made. I probably made about 180 after splits, fees, stuff like that. But still, a lot more than a lot of people.
That's really, really good, actually, because you said you put 6,000 into the Facebook ads and you got 210,000 out.
And that $6,000 I didn't spend a dime on because my lenders paid for it.
Boom.
Right? Mind blowing there. Ed's doing a great thing and we're going to chat soon, hopefully. But, with going there, I always tell my clients when I'm on sales call with them, especially the ones that cannot afford it or they see the value, just need to wait for a closing. Fuck, go find a lender. They want us to get coffee and shit. They want to buy us a $5 cup of coffee, but they want us to give them a $4,000 commission.
Yeah.
Right. And most lenders get it. Most lenders that I talk to and that I do business with, they know. Right. So I was able to take that, had good lenders at the time and were able to build that up and they made some money and I made some money. Well, we all made a lot of money, but it didn't start out like that. I went my first 6 months, just like every other fucking realtor. These leads suck, blah, blah, blah. No, my follow-up was garbage.
Yeah. It's
my
funny.
Follow-up was garbage.
It's funny when you get started to when you're like, let's say a year into it, when you look back if you caught your stride, you can look back and you're like, oh, that's why I didn't make money.
Yep. Yep. My thing is like, oh, I pick up the phone. They come in. I pick up the phone one time, twice, done. I'd forget about them, right? Then shiny ball syndrome of like, oh shit, I got a new lead. No, the gold leads are the gold is in the old leads. The longer they're in that pipeline, the better they are, right? And so for me, it was just realizing that as a realtor, and so whatever. So I grew it. What I realized is once I got my first deal, I'm like, damn, they've been in my pipeline for 7 months. Holy shit.
And
like
now they're finally interested.
Yeah. And so what I did is like, all right, I'm committing every day between 8 and 10 p.m. or 8 and 10 a.m. That is my time. I don't care if the lead, I wasn't one of those because Facebook leads you, in all fairness, you don't have to call these leads within the first 5 minutes. Does it help? Yes. The speed to lead for me was not a thing because they're already seeing what I got them because I was driving them to my website. So for me, it was like, all right, I know I'm not going to call as soon as those leads come in, but I can dedicate 2 hours a day where I'm calling, starting with all my new leads first, and then calling any old leads and building out the tasks and the drips and just trusting the process. Right. Mm-hmm. So that's what it took for me as an actual agent, and and then obviously some open houses, and the shit just blew up. In that same time, I always talk about one of my mentors, Joshua Smith. I don't know if you know him, Matt. 90 Day Mastery Bootcamp. That's how all this shit started. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him. I gave him my last $500, right? I had $5 in the bank account. I borrowed $4,000 from one of my best friends who actually now works with me, right? Mm-hmm. Borrowed $4,000 from him, paid him $6,000 back in 2 months, like doing things that I didn't want to do because I was in that position. I put myself in that position. But with Joshua Smith, hands down, I wouldn't be where I'm at today, right? So my thing is always finding that mentor. You guys are now mentors for a lot and trusting in the process. I trusted in his process that got him is getting him 600 to 700 home sales a year, right? And so followed his coaching platform, was doing open houses and the Facebook, followed his scripting and grew it. And one day just happened to just post in his Mastery Alumni group, which has about 800 people in it, like, hey, these are my stats over the last 12 months. Did an interview with him in that group of what we're doing and how I can help, and had a 3-hour conversation right after a 2-hour interview. So I spoke to this man for 5 hours straight. He's like, Brett, I want you to do my ads for me. At that time, I was like, bro, what? Agency? I can get paid to do this? No way. He's like, yeah, bro, like think about it. You have 30 clients, charge $1,000 a month. You make 30 grand extra on top of what you're doing. How much time does it really take you? Oh shit, it takes a lot more time than you really think with 30 clients, right? So for me, it was just that conversation with him. But I went an opposite route. I was like you guys. So I have a course that teaches realtors how to market. That's how I started.
Yep.
Right. So I'm like, all right, Josh, like you got a good idea. My buddy, one of my best friends, Victor, he was like, all right, bro, like, I don't know if I want to go that agency route. So I was like, all right, well, let's do this. Let's do a course. Let's do a 6-week boot camp. Started the 6-week boot camp. Bro, I didn't even have the course built out. It was one of those things that a lot of, especially very successful people, like, the shit's not going to be perfect. Just go for it.
Yeah.
Right. If you were trying to make something perfect, if the car industry was trying to make something perfect, they would never get a fucking car off the line. Right. So for me, it was like, all right, like, let's just do it. Let's see, before I waste my time building out a course, let's see what results. Bro, we did 75 grand in 5 hours.
Wow.
5 hours. We did 75 grand. I'm like, oh, I guess we're doing a boot camp. Like, I guess for 6 weeks straight, I'm going to do a 3-hour call. So we did the boot camp. We did the 6-week course. And for me, once I saw that money in 5 hours, real estate was done.
Wow.
Right? That was it. Like, I'm like, bro, I can sit behind a computer and make money. This is real. This is not like that. That was, for me, I was like, oh, like I saw all these people, I'm like, oh, I can do that. I can do that. I'm like, no, this is actually real. So for me, it started with that boot camp. And then people just started reaching out like, hey, we want you to do it for us. We want you to do it for us. And Josh was my first client. So when I started, I had already been running ads. So I was building the systems and processes just on his, and he was spending $9,000 a month. I went from not running ads at all for anybody to $9,000 in one client.
Wow. And you were talking about this earlier. You said 6,000 of what you spent to make 210. Was that 6,000 a month or 6,000
total?
Total. So you didn't.
Okay. I was doing $300 to $500 a month in spend.
Okay.
So you essentially, what I find really interesting about this, which is very different for a lot of marketers that get into this, and really have no clue, and not all marketers, right? Some marketers understand this, but a lot of them that are picking up real estate agents and or getting into this niche don't understand the level of effort and commitment a real estate agent needs in order to convert these leads. But what's really interesting about you is that you know exactly what's required for an agent. So, you know, let's talk about that a little bit in terms of how you talk to your clients or even your first client. Like, we all know it's difficult to convert these leads, right? You even said it. Some of these leads are the best leads are the ones that are the oldest, right? This whole idea of speed to lead for real estate. I mean, you can read that report from MIT all you want, but it hasn't like it doesn't apply to real estate. I mean, that applies to widgets you're selling online or whatever else, right? Like, it doesn't apply to real estate. But so you obviously understand the expectations you need to set. You understand the difficulties real estate clients are going to go through. What's really interesting is that you've actually proven that it works. You spent $6,000, you made $210,000, $220,000, right? So how do you explain this to your clients when you're talking to them or when you're selling to them in terms of the expectations and what they need to do, and how much effort is going to be involved in this? And
before you get there, the one question I'm sure everybody's wondering, what was your conversion rate on the leads?
For me, it was 1.2%.
1.2% conversions to close, or lead to close.
And I know off the top of my head, I probably could have closed another 10 deals because they had already purchased them by the time I actually started following up with them.
Makes sense.
Right? So I probably could have been closer to 2%. Now, in all fairness, let's go back to that one first, Matt. It's over time. Like, everyone thinks, and that's part of the expectation chain, that everyone thinks, oh, 1% to 2%, like right off the bat. No, these leads are 6 to 8 months out on average. Like, let's be real. So, you know, my thing is setting the expectations always, from what your process is all the way down to, I even tell my clients, like, I even say this sounds cliche, and it's probably the worst. If they ask me about conversion, it's probably the worst answer I can give you, but I'm not going to give you a conversion rate. I can give you industry standards, but it's going to depend. I have some that are closing at 10%. I have one guy that's made 400% ROI on our ad spend in 6 months. I have somebody that's closing 1 out of every 48 leads that I generate for him, but I don't know what you're going to do. Now, working with the Power ISA, I can now eventually, over time, I've been working with them for the last month, and they're absolutely crushing it, and probably the best ISA company that I've dealt with, or one of the best. And so far, and again, it's only been a month, so only time will tell, right? But for me, I'm adding the ISA one because I don't want to add more time to my client's plate and more work. I want to give something that is more structured. And for me, I can track the numbers. I can say, hey, every time on average, we're going to set 10 appointments out of every 100 leads, 15 appointments. Of those 15 appointments, 10 are going to show up, 5 are going to show up, whatever that number will be. Before, I didn't have those numbers. I couldn't tell them. So the conversion rate is all 100% going to be based off of market. It's going to be based off of your client. If you're just giving the leads to your client, it's going to be based off of their closing rates. The course that you guys are doing, that's going to be white labeled to, it's going to be badass, because guess what? Now you just say, hey, here is your conversion course, right? It's proven out. These strategies are proven out. It'll now come down to, are your clients willing to do the fucking work or not?
Yeah.
And I'm telling you right now, 9 out of 10 agents will not do it. I don't give a shit what they tell you on a call. I've had people, oh, I'm a closer, bro. I'm a closer. I'm going to close all these stuff. No, you're not. Shut up. Like, you're not going to close them. right? You should, you can, but you're going to get 100 leads and you're going to stop because it's overwhelming.
Yeah.
It's called spade a spade. Like, there were real estate agents. I was like this. I don't know how you were, Matt, but you probably were too. You were worried about that next deal that's coming down the pipeline.
Yep.
Until you realize that, oh shit, I have nothing coming down the pipeline.
Yeah.
That's what everything.
Then you're like, shoot.
Oh shit. I have a client that just paused on me. Great guy. Love him. Now his was a little bit of shit that was going on. Like, had a team, lost some team. Mm-hmm. Playing that real estate roller coaster, was used to having 10 deals a month, has nothing lined up for next month right now. We're halfway through August. Right? So it's a real estate roller coaster. And we have to understand that a lot of the agents that you're going to speak to, there's a reason 10% of realtors that are licensed do 90% of the business, because it's not a business for everybody. Yeah. So you just have to get clear and set the right expectations and really be specific. See, a lot of you out there, I see a lot of the comments like, stay away from newer agents. I don't care what you do. You can't teach them. They have to learn themselves. Yeah. If anything, create a course and sell them on the course first. Hey, this is how you do it. This is how the follow-up is, right? Not trying to take away from your guys' course, but
we'll just create a white label version you can sell them.
Hey, bro, why don't we think about that?
Right? James.
Done.
We do it next week.
So like, I don't want to say, hey, newer agents can't close. Like, yeah, I've had some that were adamant, like, Brett, I want you to run my ads. After I even told them, no, I can't, like, I don't want to take your money because X, Y, and Z. I want you to do this first and then come back to us. So like, no, like, you're it. My lender's paying. I'll do whatever. And I'm like, okay. So, but again, setting those expectations for me, it's huge. It's because I've seen a lot of people in just this group, like, oh, this agent, I gave them leads or even a free trial, like I gave them, and then they're like, oh, these leads are shit. That it's because you didn't set the right expectations, or it's too many leads. Like, I'm going to generate you a bunch of leads. This is what I recommend, but this is what you should do at minimum. We have to get, and it took me a long time to learn this as well. You saw the other day, Shane, like, I built out an onboarding video series.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was telling me about it. He said it was a beast.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
5-part video series on how we run ads and how the whole process works after having a call with them, and they're going to have an onboarding call. Because expectations are everything in this business.
So that brings us to another question, which came up earlier. I don't know if it's still in here, if we went by it already. Yeah, I think we went by it from Matthew Manguano. No, here it is.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
All right. So for one, what's your retainer range? Where do they start? Obviously sky's the limit, right? But where do you average? And then do you usually keep them on for a set period of time? So,
yep. And this is a great question, because I see this shit asked in this group. Oh, what should I be charging? Find out what for me, when I started, I'm going to go from what I started to what we're at now. Mm-hmm. I've done it all. I've done every price point you can think of. I've done $5,000. I started out at $500 a month.
Yep.
Plus ad spend. Guess what? You guys out there that have no clients, you want to scale fast. Guess what? $500 is a perfect price point. I might get some people say, oh, you're crazy. It's not worth it, blah, blah, blah. It absolutely is. Guess what? I was able to get 30 clients in the first month. I'll take 15 grand a month.
Yeah. Win with volume.
That's my game. That's what I'm scaling the shit out of my business. And I'm trying to cut my costs as much as possible. Why? Because the more I have, guess what? The longer I'm in business for.
Yeah, and others have done that as well. Daniel's done the same thing. We had Gary that did the same thing as well. Started off with lower price points, scaled quickly, got a bunch of clients, got the experience too, because when you have that many clients, and that's priceless. Like, to get that experience when you jump into this game, to understand what it's going to take, and how to run the ads, how to manage the clients, how to set those expectations. A lot of those things you can't teach, or it's a little bit harder to teach, and you get that from the experience. And having 10, 20 clients, you're going to get that experience really quickly.
Absolutely. And for me, that's exactly like, I started, Josh was like, bro, I'm paying you $1,000. I don't care. Like, I'm like, okay. I didn't even think about charging my next client $1,000. Like my concept was like, for me, $500, I was only running at the time, that's when we were running everything on the ad set level with the budget. So max, I was running 3 ads at a time for a client. Now we run it on the budget optimization. We run fucking 20 ads at a time sometimes.
Yeah.
Right. To really know what's going to work and make sure that we're hitting that 100 lead mark. Right. And so for me, it was just like, hey, it was $500 up to $1,500 in ad spend. If they spent more, it was for every $1,500, it was $500. And so that's how I started at that price point. Then I went into from 500 to 1,000, and I'm like, oh, so like I can't sell this, and same thing and that was just giving them leads, running it from their ads manager, everything. I'm like, all right. So we lost a couple clients, and then I got like 2 or 3, and I'm like, you know what? Let's go back to 500. Let's build it back up. Like my goal was to get to 60 clients as soon as possible. We got there pretty damn fast, right? But then I realized that once you do play the scale, there's a fine line you have to play with the scaling game and how profitable you are with your clients.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So you have to really know your numbers. So for me, it was like I played with 500, then I went to 1,000, then I went to 750. Then I added in Agent Legend as an automated for.
Hang on. You went backwards? So you went 500 to 1,000 and you went backwards.
I've been all over the place.
What did you go back?
I don't care. I'm set at $2,000 a month. My goal is to make $1,000 after every client. That's it.
Okay.
That's it. I'm very profitable at that price with my team.
Yeah.
Right. So in the end, if you're newer, I would 100% if I was to do it all again, I would do it the same exact way, except for flip-flopping from prices. I probably lost a couple clients that I could have picked up and then raised their prices. So for me, I would absolutely, if you're new and have no clients, stop. You guys might hate this, but stop doing the free trial, because those clients, 9 out of 10 of them will never become a client because there's no skin in the game for them.
Yeah.
You're going to waste your money by paying for those ads. Minimum have them paying for that, but there's no skin in the game. So for me, I'm starting out $500 a month with a minimum of $500 ad spend. Like Shane said, get that experience, build up your systems and processes, get some revenue coming in. Maybe you get 10 clients. It's $5,000 a month. Like, what does $5,000 extra a month do for you?
Yeah.
If there was people in this course that would do $500, bro, I have clients we do on average 20 to 40 scheduled calls a week,
mm-hmm.
right? Because we have some cancel, some reschedule, whatever. So anywhere between me and my sales guy, 20 to 40 calls a week. I'd easily be able to give you guys some clients if you're at $500.
Yeah. Just from like the clients that they can't afford your services, and you're not really interested in working those clients that are not there yet.
Exactly. Yep.
Would you say the clients at $500 a month are more work because being that they don't have the budget to go up there, they might be more work because maybe they're not as polished, or
nope. To be honest with you, they're actually the better clients.
Really?
Want to know why? Because they're not spending $2,000 a month, and they're not as needy. They trust you, and guess what? They stay with you a shit ton longer.
Well, and that was the other question. What's your retention rate? And also, I'll ask it because I know everybody else is going to ask, do you do a month-to-month contract or a term contract?
So my retention is 9.3 months.
9.3 months. Okay.
With a 3-month minimum.
3-month minimum contract. Okay.
Month to month after that.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yep.
Perfect. Olivia says she'll take the $500 clients.
Listen,
go in the student group and let them know.
That's it. For me, it is that. It's like my goal is to help as many agents as possible, right? It's not, I didn't get into this. Yeah, the money's great, but I didn't get into this to nickel and dime every client, right? I got into this because I was starting to hate real estate and the driving around, and I was 25. I was like, I think 15,000 miles over my lease when I was an agent. Like, bro, that's a lot of fucking money.
Dude, I'll tell you what.
5 cents a mile. Like,
if you go from being an agent to being a marketer, and you do your taxes at the end of the year, and they ask you for mileage, you're like,
what?
I'm not writing off any of that. Huh?
For real. I literally go 1 mile to my office and back. If I even go to my office.
Same.
If I even go to it. Reason I don't go to it is because it's valet only. It's $10 a pop.
Well, at least you know if you go, you're committed.
For sure.
You're going to be there.
I usually only go there when I got to record videos and stuff, like, because it's nice and whatever.
That's what I've been doing too.
But
well, listen, I have a really quick question because you mentioned something while you were talking, and I don't know how much this is going to apply to other marketers and stuff like that, but I know when you had joined the program, somebody mentioned, I don't know if it was Matt that mentioned it, or maybe it was Zach that had mentioned it, but somebody said that you had a very interesting acquisition method, and which is what allowed you to I don't know if that's what allowed you to go from 0 to 30 clients in a month, which is crazy.
Before you give it away, though, you guys want to hear about it? We got to get some comments going on.
Yeah.
Let us know. You guys, are you getting value out of this? Like, it's interesting because we'll get into some conversations that are really, really great conversations, and we'll see the comments just because everybody's listening.
Yeah, it's always like that.
The more questions you ask, the more I can talk. I like talking.
Let us know if you're getting value, if you're enjoying this, or if you want us to kick Brett off, which I really hope that's not the case because I'm enjoying it.
Listen, I'm good. I'll go drink this bottle by myself.
We could just shut off the live, right? And just talk to
yeah, right. We'll just talk.
Take it to beta.
Okay, we'll mastermind. Yeah. We'll come up with shit.
But yeah, guys, if you want to know anything, just ask questions down below. I just saw Aaron here. Aaron Harris just joined. What is going on, Aaron? Good to see you.
Fucking love him. So my client acquisition is his. Go buy that shit now.
Really?
Yep. There's your testimonial, Aaron. No, I still got to do one for him, but yeah, absolutely. I took it again. I told you, Shane, the other day, like, I buy every fucking course possible because I want to cut my learning curve in half.
See, Shane, it's a good thing to buy courses.
I never said it was a bad thing.
You just
don't buy real estate.
If my wife is listening to me, she'd probably kill me. I probably spent close to 50 grand in courses in the last year. Good.
Crazy.
She probably my dick off.
And so what's interesting is that for people that are part of the student program, Aaron's course, the acquisition course, that's the one you're talking about, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
His acquisition course is in our course because he did one of our master classes, and then he put a special together for students. So the link is right there. So anybody that's in our student program, I don't know if Aaron still has the special going on, but I think you get $100 off or something for students that are part of, or people that are part of the private program.
And give us ads that I'm running right now are not exact, obviously. I created and made it myself, but pretty fucking similar, right? And the concept is the same. Mm-hmm. And what he said, I'm telling you, he's like, on average I get $40 per booked call. Bro, I'm at $39.
That's awesome.
I just have a list of 1.3 million realtors. That one of my buddy Mike Zimoff, he worked for, if anyone knows Jason Horno, it still works for him, and that's how I met him. And he ran and runs ads for what's the mastermind? I think it's Hyper Agent. I think he runs the ads for them. And you guys have probably seen their ad. If you're a realtor, you've probably seen their ads recently because they have a new event coming up. But I believe you're right. It's Hyper Agent. I'd have to double ask. But he bought this list, bro. This list is fucking insane. The emails accurate. It had my email accurate in there. I'm like, dude, where did you get this shit from? So we just run ads to a custom audience that is that list. Yep. I've even tested some cold traffic emails, but I was doing too many, so I had to cut
it down. Yeah, I think there some other people are having some problems right now too.
I didn't get shut down. I'm using high level with the mailgun, and
okay.
Nothing got shut down. I didn't even get I just wasn't getting enough results for me to risk my domain and risk my account. But I only did one state, so once
right.
I think I had like 1 or 2 calls from it, but I didn't like do it was just one email blast. But yeah, so
that's awesome. Cool. Well,
another note, no.
Yeah. So if you want the acquisition, if you want the client acquisition that you did, where you went from 0 to 30, is that the same one that Aaron?
No, that's what I'm running right now.
Oh, so that's what you're running right now, which is allowing you to scale to
exactly. So to scale to like being able to bring my sales guy back and having like consistent without cold outreach.
Right.
Now, and Aaron will tell you, like, so you probably get about a 50 to 60% show rate. We're doing some things to get better show up rates. You do get a lot of unqualifieds. It's par for the course. But what we do is like, I ask how many years, how many sales in the last 12 months, and if they're an agent or broker. And so like I had somebody yesterday that was a brand new agent. I straight up text them, hey, my price is $2,000 a month. If you can see the value in that and how I can help you grow and scale your business, would that be something you'd be okay paying? No? Great. I don't want to waste my time on your call anyways. So, yeah, bro, I don't even want to jump. Like Billie Jean would tell you, like, ask that question up front on the call. Hell no, I'm not asking that call. I'm asking before I even get on there.
So you're actually giving them the price before you get to the call?
Nope. Only the ones that I know are unqualified. Based off of their answers.
Okay. Based off if they're sitting there going, I did, 4 deals in the last 12 months, you're like, okay.
You can't afford me.
Here's the price.
Yep, absolutely. Or like.
What is that marker for you? Is it a GCI? Is it a transactions? Is it a years of experience? I imagine it's probably a blend, but.
It is. So there's no right or wrong answer to it because I've had brand new agents that have closed 10 deals and bought my stuff and been some of my best clients. But for me, it's gut instinct. Like if they can't even answer 3 questions right, which is how many years you've been in business, how many deals, like I'll get, and that you're a broker, an agent, or team lead. I'll get people that be like, 3.8 months, or like they'll put something crazy and then they'll put, instead of an agent or broker or team lead, they'll put their name. Like you can't even read the question and I want to work with you. No thanks. So it's a gut instinct. But so for me,
you're automating all this, right? Like I know you're automating a good chunk of this.
Yeah. The questions going out, like giving them the price. No, that's manual.
Oh, that's manual. Okay.
Because that's a gut instinct kind of thing. Like,
but so you're putting in through a qualifying.
No, I just ask those questions on Calendly.
Oh, okay.
I put custom questions in and the required answers. So I put that on there.
You see the answers before you even get on the call, but it's when you're on the call that you may adjust like your questions and what you're talking about.
Correct. So I always, the day of my call or the day before, I'll be, all right, what are my calls for next week? Right. And so next week, or not next week, tomorrow, I'll be like, all right, so I have, and I'll look at their answers and okay, this one, and I try to do it the day before because my ads are running so I can get another booked call. So I will then send them the text message saying, hey, this is the price. If they don't meet, like if they're a newer agent within 1 year or 2 years and they only have one deal, like I had the girl yesterday was literally 1 month in, had no sales. Like, you're not going to afford it. So I'm not going to waste my time. I'm not even going to waste your time. I'm giving them the respect, right? So only when I feel like, hey, this person's going to waste my time based off of their answers, I ask that. But I always ask, if you could see the value in how we can help you grow and scale your business, is this a price that you're okay paying? I had somebody today say yes, right? Ended up rescheduling the call for tomorrow, but again, now he already knows the price. I don't have to sell him on the price, even though he's a new agent. I just got to show that value to him.
Makes sense.
So, so that's what I do with those. But to get back to your question, Matt, like, or I think it was Matt Shane. I don't know who asked, but as far as the client acquisition I was doing when I first started, so my thing is I always latched onto a mentor or the clients that I knew could help me grow and scale fast. Mm-hmm. I always gave them better deals. For example, I work with 8 of the top 100 agents in the country.
And guys, if you're in the student program, we talk about this. I have a whole module, like I have a video on. I mean, I basically call them champions.
Yep.
Business, right? These are clients that can help you. So you give them good deals and you treat them right. And you run their ads for free. And these guys just fill your pipeline. It's unbelievable how many deals they give you. Right.
And you know what? I've seen that now that you said it, like the champ, I never watched the video, but that's how I grew my business. I've taken a step back from that because I'm a fucking idiot. But it's something that I try to do all the time. So like Joshua, like, bro, what can I do for you? How can I help you? Right? Yeah. How can I help you? And I ran ads for free a couple times. Christina Griffin, I drove to fucking Tampa to she was going through some shit and helped her build stuff back, and now she's paying me, you know. I'm like, just don't look at everyone as a transaction, right? Not everyone, a lot of people want to look at their clients as just a transaction, just another number, another value. No, every client should be able to refer you 2 to 3 people. I also give a referral fee of $300 if somebody refers me and they sign up. Right. So the biggest thing I did when I first started was latched on to my clients that I knew had a huge pipeline and that were doing business and that had a big following.
Yeah.
Some of those clients are still at $500 a month.
Yeah.
I'm never going to raise prices on them. Why? Because they send me business all the time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think that's something that people really need to like take note of. Like that's huge, right? You've got all these clients and you've got these big clients, which probably can pay the most, and you're charging the least because they've stuck with you, because they send you referrals, because they are. And again, we really go pretty in depth on this in the program.
Yeah, and they're also like they're the guys that you can send that, like you always hear the marketers, right? I see these questions come up a lot. It's like, oh, this client I talked to, you know, he wants a reference. He wants to talk to one of my clients. These are the clients you send
every time,
to, right?
Every time. And you know what I do? I give them a referral fee if they actually speak to them and they sign up.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Why? Because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have had that client anyways. Because they're not. If I didn't send them referrals, guess what? They're not going to sign up with you.
Yeah.
So I did that. That was one thing I did really, really heavily when I first started. Also, again, I had the benefit of having the mentor Joshua Smith and having his following. So, but this can be repeated. I don't think everybody can do it, but finding a mentor that has the customer avatar, whether it's real estate, I don't give a shit what it is. Somebody has a big following, like I'm going to start building out an agency just for gym owners, right? And so for me, it's finding that one, like my personal trainer has a huge following. My brother has a huge following. Putting the right person, like finding that right person that you can latch onto and do shit for, right? For free.
Yeah.
Right. And so for me, it's find that mentor, do things for free. Give your time, right? I did a testimonial for Josh and like just little things like that. And I'm telling you, that goes a lot further than trying to collect money from them. You'll make more money in the long run. So those are the 2 things that grew it, and that course, right?
Yeah.
That course, yes, I had people paid, whatever. It was only $300. I could have charged so much more.
Yeah.
Like $300 made me $75,000 in 5 hours.
Yeah, that's wild.
So it's again, I was lucky to have that following of Josh, but create a course, or we create a white labeled one and we give it to them so that if you found an agent and they just can't afford you.
Everybody that blows up the comments here, you get a free white label course.
You know, so it's like between the three of us, we have 2 badass courses that are already built out. Mine's specific for realtors, right? Now, not that yours isn't, but it has some different components, right? But give that shit to them. You know how many times I've given away my course?
Yeah.
Guess what? They hit me up all the time when they're ready. Guess who they ain't going to you, Shane or Matt. They're coming to me to run their ads.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
For sure. And I take that extra time. So again, it's just really understanding playing the long game.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I realized that really quick that this shit is not a sprint. And if you're trying to treat it as a sprint and trying to get from, now there's some people, like you said, in the course that have gone from 0 to 15,000 in a day. I take it back, not in a day, over time.
A day, whoever that is.
Yeah. Don't wish it was that fucking easy, right? No, but going, you know, you'll never be a failure unless you quit.
Yeah. And I think that's another big thing too, is your focus. Like you've been focused exclusively on real estate. And this is what's allowed you to scale, right? Because you start figuring out the systems that you need, the staff that you need, the processes that you need, and you know, how to work with these clients and how to get more clients and what's working with ads, instead of flip-flopping between, well, you know what, I'm going to do real estate today because I know a real estate agent. And then next week I'm going to do a gym because I just met a gym guy. And then, oh, real estate's too hard. And then I move on, right? Like,
hell yeah, it is.
Of course it's hard.
We were just talking about that, you know, before you jump. Sorry, Jay. I said we were just talking about that before you jumped on, the focus, right? And the things that you can do to increase your focus.
Yeah.
And whatnot. And before we go there, though, if you guys are watching live, hashtag live in the comments down below. If you're watching the replay, hashtag replay down in the comments below. And Shane, we were when you jumped on, we were talking about food and diets and meals and all that. And Brett and I were both talking about the different meal boxes, because I was listening to Sam Ovens video this week. He's talking about, like, you don't want to make so many decisions. You got to take your decisions off your plate. And by that, he's like, you go hire a chef. That should be your first hire in your business. I'm like, what? And then he's like, or you go get one of these meal services. And I'm like, this is crazy. So I started looking into it. And when Brett and I are talking, he's like, oh yeah, dude. He's like, I've never looked back.
Never looked back. I did for 2 weeks and I quickly went back. Yep. So yeah, so it's focus is that. Like, I have focused solely on, now I've had a client here or there, but guess what? I've always cut them out really quick because it always took way too much time and energy for me to figure their shit out. Anybody that has ever scaled an agency that I've ever known has always had a niche. They've never been a jack of all trades because it's way too fucking hard to be a jack of all trades.
Yeah.
You will never have enough clients in one niche that you'll be known. Ever. Right? And so outside of Billie Jean, but he's crazy. Right? Right? He just built out a team, and he was just badass at what he does. So that's the only person that I know that truly does that is not running an agency by themselves, right? That they're the only person doing the stuff. He was the only one that starting out that was that, but that I know of. The rest are really niche specific. You look at Jason Moore and Kat Howe, like, they all are super specific on what they do.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and so for me, like, another thing that helped with my success too is putting myself around people that I knew were better than me, right? Mm-hmm. Like Joshua Smith, guarantee he knows but different types of strategies than I do. I was on a call with him. You know, I don't even run ads for him anymore because I run ads for 4 of his team members, right? So he doesn't need to run them anymore. And so I was on a 2-hour call the other day just talking strategy about Facebook ads, what he's doing for his business and what I'm doing and how we can run and make real estate ads better and stuff like that. And so those connections and always putting yourself, I'm a true believer in this, and I did this in my own life for the most part. You are the average of the top 5 people you spend your most time with. Now, this doesn't have to be in person. This could be on phone calls or on Zoom calls like this, or where you're spending your time. If you're focusing in the wrong places and you're hearing the wrong information from the wrong person, you'll never grow the right business. And for me, I spent the money, found a coach, Austin Netzley, and he helped me double my business in 90 days. That's his Scale 2X is his program, and that is it. I spent a shit ton of money, but guess what? His money tenfold what I made from it, off of his coaching. What I learned from that was systems and processes. I had shit before he helped me out. I didn't have a team. I didn't hire anybody. I was doing it all off the top of my head, right? And I didn't have, like you guys have, pretty much all my systems and process built out in this course. Like, it's not that I took your stuff, but there are pieces of it that I took, but it's like, for me, I didn't know how to run a business and I was not able to scale. I hit 30 clients and I could not do anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I could not.
So before we get it, sorry, just to interrupt, before we get into that, because I want to talk about this too, because I know there's some people that are watching right now. They're either scaling or they're going to run into some scaling issues very shortly. I know that. But so I want to talk about how you went from 30 to almost 60 clients, what you're doing now. You and I had a really cool phone call a couple of days ago. I saw some of the systems you have in place and what you're doing, and I think what you're doing is amazing. But people cannot get to that level without doing what you're doing. So I want to talk a little bit about that. However, I do want to mention Joe is here, which is awesome. How you doing, Joe? Nice to see you here. After we mentioned the white label course, the only two people that commented were Ed and Olivia. So guys, if we ever come out with a white label course,
how do you get it?
You can offer to your clients. You will be the only two people from 33 people watching right now that get it, because nobody else decided to comment.
Now it's exclusive. Now I'm motivated to make it, man. I've already got most of that stuff built out. We just haven't put it in yet. So
right?
Yeah, it's super easy to build. I mean, it just takes a couple. Well, especially Matt. When Matt focuses, he can really build something out quickly.
Yeah. How many videos did I do last week?
13 videos in one day, I think you did.
Well, it takes me way too long. I have to do them like 3 times. I always mess up.
Yeah, Matt just kind of like whips through them. But the thing is, like, Matt, you keep, one of the things that one of the problems I have is I make them, it kind of goes back to, you want them to be really perfect, right? Like, you want to make sure you're conveying your message across. You want to make sure that it's perfect. You want to make sure that the information is there. Matt's like, fuck it, I'm putting one slide together and then I'm talking over it, and that's it. But at the end of it, like, it's like, wow, okay, no, like, Matt, you did a great job on this. All the information out. I mean, it's exactly what somebody needs to, and it's 3-4 minutes long. It's easy to absorb and move on to the next one, right? Matt does a really good job at
and my thought is, like, if they want like the actual words, exactly what I said, then just grab the video URL, put it on Temi, and for 30 cents or whatever, or $1, you have it, right? It takes you no time, versus if I can jump in and I can knock out all this content and make sure that I get everything you need, and I don't have to sit there and read off a script. I'd much rather do that.
And that's how I am too. Like, I don't script anything. Like, the videos when I built out the course, like, I don't script anything, right? So that's why I mess up, because I'm like, oh, I just said that back, because I self-diagnosed dyslexia. Like, I always say things backwards. Right? I'll say like a phrase and it'll be, oh, that didn't make sense. So yeah, it's we can definitely bust it out for sure.
That's awesome. We had a bunch of people comment after I mentioned that. Not only that, I think we lost like we lost about 7 viewers.
They were like, wait, we don't get it.
We're taking off. Guys, I'm gonna need give me a couple minutes here. I have to go because it's my wife's birthday. I said I would only make an appearance. I just want to go and make sure that it's okay if I stick around. So
why don't you go get that okayed real quick?
Yeah, right.
Okay. I'll be right back.
Otherwise, like, okay? Shane just doesn't show up tomorrow. Like, what's going on? Like, what?
I'll be right back.
He got beat up by his wife.
Oh man, so Ed says, help me scale, because he is stuck. So
So
what are some of the big obstacles you hit when you start to scale? And honestly, I mean, you hit 30 and got stuck there, but a lot of people are probably getting stuck between 5 and 10, 10 and 15. You know, I think there's probably multiple levels that people get stuck at.
So my issue with scaling was solely systems and processes. That's it. So everybody wants to start their business with marketing and getting clients. Well, guess what? Unfortunately, it does not start with that. It always starts, and I wish I had the PDF. So I got this from Austin. It always starts with your vision. What's your vision? Right? And then systems, and then processes, and then team, and then scale. Right? And so for me, that my issue was I was doing the marketing, I was talking to people, but I didn't have the right systems and processes, like just the onboarding. It was like, I would manually say, hey, when do you want to do your call, and get them on the calendar, right? So things like, the reason you're having issues is, one, you need to stop doing the day-to-day and hire somebody. I have a team of 4 people. Hire somebody to do it for you. Anything that they can do 80% as well of you should get off of your plate. Right, so that's the first thing.
Repeat that for those one more time.
Anything that somebody can do 80% as well as you get that shit off your plate and delegate it out.
Yeah.
That's the reason you're having scale issues, is because you don't have 2 things: systems and processes, or a team in place. It starts with systems and processes. Like for me, I knew every single time I did an ad, it was the same exact way, right? Yeah. For me, I try to find ways to automate a lot of shit. My onboarding in Chainsaw is 90% automated. Mm-hmm. I don't send the emails out. I don't write them. They're already written. The email goes out. The onboarding forms, the ISA and the marketing onboarding form, those are done in Jot form. As soon as they fill those out, they get a second email that then goes out to them that they can schedule a call. As soon as they pay me, they get an email invite to Basecamp. They get a project created in Asana. Everything's done automated.
I love it. And because of all the systems you have, how big is your actual team?
4.
4 people.
I have 2, Kristen, who does the day-to-day. I call her my operations manager. I would not be able to live without her. Okay. She actually was a marketing person for one of my clients.
Really? How'd your client feel about that?
No, before I even hired her, she was pregnant at the time, and she was leaving to go on paternity leave, and she was leaving anyways, and he knew that. Yep. And he didn't have, he hired her and shouldn't have hired her. It just, not that she was bad, but just he wasn't ready for it. And so with her, I guess we lost him. He got denied. No. So first thing I did, I went straight to him. I said, hey, Kristen reached out to us and she wants us, we're thinking about interviewing you. Are you okay with that? Mm-hmm. Absolutely cool with it. So I'm not saying go out and steal your clients' employees, but in that case, she was already leaving, but it was a later date down the road, and he wanted to get rid of her anyways, but didn't, because he knew the whole situation. But it made the whole situation between the 3 of us easier, right? So with her, she runs the day-to-day pretty much, and she manages the team. I have my best friend Myron, who I borrowed money from, years ago, is now technically working for me. And will be helping me grow I hired him to learn Facebook marketing so that he can help me build the gym agency. And then I have 2 VAs. That's it. And I've hired another VA, fired him, had another girl that worked for us before Myron and fired her, and just bad hires. But I have a team of 4, and we manage 57 and scaling. My team could probably handle 100 clients right now.
Wow. That's insane. Shane, you're back.
I'm back. And I was listening a little bit from the other room here. So,
don't tell your wife that.
I was half into the other conversation and half into this one. But
it might be in trouble. You're not quite sure.
No. Okay. So there's a couple things I want to sort of point out and maybe just get your opinion on this as well. Brett. So, one of the things that in our program, we don't talk a lot about systems, and part of the reason why Matt and I have talked about this a little bit more about, okay, well, for people that are scaling, we need something for them, right? Because it's really different when you're brand new at this than when you've got 15 clients. Because when you have the 10, 15 clients, that's when you need to start putting in your processes and your automation and all that. Because in our program, we actually talk about like, okay, when you're onboarding, like pick up the phone and talk to your client when you're onboarding them. And the reason why you do that is so that you can try to get more opportunities out of them, right? Try to get referrals out of them, talk to them, like, and be proactive to try to grow your agency. However, when you get to a certain point, you can't do that anymore. That's when you like when you have a certain amount of clients, that's when you have to start automating your processes, your onboarding being one of them, because that's a very time consuming one as well.
I've spent hundreds of hours over the last 2.5 years really diving deep. I just redid my onboarding process, right? And I don't know if I can share my screen, but I would have shared my screen and showed you every single exact step in we have an Asana template that's built out that we go through from the onboarding call to before the onboarding call to after the onboarding call to setting up the ads. Like, it is step by step built out. That doesn't now. Yes,
who wants to see that? Come on, who wants to?
Who wants to see it?
Yeah. If we get 10 comments down below,
I'll share my screen.
We'll see. We'll see how many people are actually engaged here.
Because he has 22 clients and it has him going crazy.
Again, because he's doing it all by himself.
Yep.
I'm assuming.
Yeah, probably. I don't know exactly what his setup is right now, but
we know he's scaled really quickly, way too fast.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I always tell him, move fast and break shit.
Yep, absolutely.
I'd rather move fast and try to and fucking lose a client or two than not have enough clients at all, right? Yeah. So he did the right thing. We just got to figure it out, right? And so Ed, we'll talk about that. Now, you and I are going to chat in the next probably 6 days because you told me you have 5 days, but to get caught up. But we'll talk about that and I'll help you on that. But I mean, that's a systems and process is another call that we can absolutely have for everyone and build out because it does not. I mean, and I'm not to cut you out, but I 100% agree that it starts with your first client.
Yeah.
Because then you can't scale. If you do scale too fast, well, then guess what? Now you're going to lose a couple clients and you're going to have to take a step back and you're going to be in Ed's position where it's driving him fucking crazy like it did for me. And I wouldn't want to see them do that. So this is the best way you could ever think about building out its systems and processes. Anything you do more than once gets recorded.
Yep.
And you create an SOP for that. Anything, every single, I have everything in a Google Sheet and an SOP that is a Loom video and it's literally step by step. Guess what? I don't do it. I have my VA do it. Judd. I actually have him doing videos now because he's doing the ads and doing such a good job that he does all my SOP videos anyways. I say, hey, I want you to create an SOP video and this is what it is. You go and create it. Guess what? Because my goal for him is to hire and fire all my VAs. I pay him twice the amount of any VA I've ever paid. I pay him $1,000 a month.
That's awesome.
And guess what?
He likes it.
Saves me so much time. Him and Kristen will be with me forever.
That's awesome. So we got a bunch of people here. Let's see here. Hang on. Let's count these. Matt Silver here says, do it. Show your screen. Jimmy, show it. Matthew, show us the goods. Saul, yes.
We're talking about the screen share, right?
Yeah, the screen share. Yeah.
We're going to show everybody.
Yeah. Olivia's here. She wants to see it. Eric wants to see it. And Eric's actually proposing offering to comment 9 more times. Says he's here. Who else? Sam. Olivia again. So Olivia again. Yeah. So I think.
All right, let's do it. Let me get my screen ready real quick. Make sure. Let me make sure that shift doesn't blow up. Actually, you know what? I'm not even going to use shift. I'm just going to go to a song.
Really quickly before you share your screen.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit, just for the people that don't know shift. I I,
And I'm
I,
gonna pull it
I
up then.
saw I saw an ad from them and then
Yep.
signed up to their service. And I was like, wow, this is cool.
I used it for a day and paid for the whole year.
That's awesome. Yeah. So for people that have multiple clients that are scaling or trying to scale, this is a great app.
We were talking about it earlier. It's productivity, right? How can I get the most?
It's not expensive, right?
It's $100 for the year.
Yeah, it's crazy cheap.
Yeah. And so I'm actually going to share my screen because I have you guys will see it. Like I have everything in there. Every single Gmail account's in there. My Facebook page, like,
you can have all your ad accounts in there as well.
Everything. Yep.
Yeah, your Slack channel. Yeah, like everything.
And the Facebook business page actually works better and is more easier to work in than going onto Chrome. It's crazy. Yeah. So let me share my screen real quick. So this is Shift. So again, that's onboarding, right? Like see all this right here, this onboarding new client, everything. This is all automated except for the email with Judd, right? So here you see all my Gmail. This is my personal one. My personal business one. Then my support, my accounts, my Facebook page is here. This is Messenger, Basecamp, Facebook Business. I got Zapier's here, Loom, Calendar.
Wow. I didn't realize Zapier actually. Can you actually build Zaps out of this?
Absolutely.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. And then I have Slack, Asana, and HelloSign. So HelloSign is what we use for our contracts.
Yep.
So it's I do everything out of one thing here.
Nice.
And so let's go into Asana. And so Asana is, where are we at? Let me go into so down here we have literally I just created this. So this is the newest version of our client. You see all these steps that we have. So this is all automated. So when a new client comes in, it creates a task for Judd, who's my VA. And so he then just duplicates this, and the project for my clients, which you see all of them here, is already built out, and he just adds it to that project in Asana.
Right. Okay.
And so all of our projects are based, so I can go into here and see any tasks at any time.
Brett, just to be clear for people that are watching, Asana is your project management tool that you're using to manage your clients' projects.
My clients' projects and my team tasks. Yep.
Right. Okay.
My clients are managed out of Basecamp because it has Campfire, which is like a text messaging platform. Right. And it's just easy. And we create projects stuff like that. So this is the onboarding. When it comes in, again, I'm still involved in this. I get tasked out, send a personal welcome email, right? Unless I was the one that sold them, and then sometimes I still do it, right? So they get an automated welcome onboarding email, and then they also get a second one from me. I just do a Loom video, type a quick message, boom, send it off. It takes about 3 minutes. Right, so personalizing everything.
Right.
Then we have update the client roster. So the client roster is we keep track of who we are, who they started with, if they're working with a lender, how much they're spending, stuff like that. Then create a lead tracker, client lead tracker sheet. So that is all the leads for the client. I got that from you guys, putting everything into a Google sheet. Again, learning from you guys, right? So we have a KPI. We used to do a KPI sheet. And that's essentially what this is. So it's just done every week instead of every day. So our clients can go in and see how many leads we've generated, what the cost per lead is, stuff like that. And then, so that's what that is. Plus, we also, and a productivity hack is for my single listings. I don't create a new lead form every single time for a single listing. I use Rebrandly, and Rebrandly, you can go in and change the root domain. And so what I do is I create listing 1 through 10, ORE listing 1, listing 2, listing 3, listing 4. We create 10 lead forms before the client even starts running ads. We just create a Rebrandly that says the client's last name, listing 1, listing 2, listing 3, listing 4. And we put that link inside of the lead form, whether it has an ad or not, has a link put into it or not. And then guess what? We keep track of that on this tracker. And when the listing goes pending, I don't got to create a new lead form. Guess what I do? I just update the link inside of Rebrandly, and I run another ad to listing 1 or listing 2.
Yeah. Wow.
Right. And so that's why we keep track of this, just to know when those listings go pending. The goal tracker. So I have, hey, how many in Q3, Q4, how many clients do I want, and what our goal is for revenue and stuff like that. And then so here's the onboarding call. So Kristen does all the onboarding calls. Make sure all contact info is complete from that onboarding form that they fill out. Get access to the Facebook page with our partner ID, assign market, understand their market and pricing in their market, collect any images, give an overview of the ISA service, set expectations for communication, confirm they have downloaded Basecamp, walkthrough of Basecamp and how to communicate in there. Right, so that's that part. Client account setup. This is all done before the onboarding. So we create their ORE CRM inside of High Level. We confirm that we've added all the users. We add Power ISA to it. We send Power ISA the CRM API key, connect ORE CRM to Zapier, connect client CRM to Zapier. And then we do a tofu bofu, so top funnel, bottom of funnel.
Right.
So here it is. Here's tofu, completed. Bottom of funnel completed. We've created all the apps for all the lead forms that we've created. We send test leads to Power ISA, and then we create custom audiences right off the bat. And then this is all follow up one day after their ads have running. We try to wait till they get their first lead, and we congratulate them on getting their first lead. There's a 14-day process progress report. So we just do a Loom video, send it in Basecamp. And then every month from there on, we do a review. They always have access to us. And then we have these account checks, KPI sheet and check listing links, and then account check, right? So that our client manager, Kristen and Myron, will go in once a week and check their ads. And that's pretty much it. That's the onboarding. And then everything is everything.
All right. Hide it. No, I'm just kidding.
Very cool.
So, and that's our problem. But again, I should stop sharing. So it comes down to, again, having the right systems and processes and knowing every single time. And again, I've changed that onboarding checklist like 15 times in the last year because we're always updating it. Now, the steps have pretty much always been the same. Sometimes we'll add things and sometimes we'll take steps out. And so, but again, I don't know where my team is. I don't know where we're at if I don't have that. And so one of the reasons I couldn't scale by myself because I didn't do that for myself. I try to remember everything that I have to do. Or I wrote it down on a piece of paper. Oh shit, I got to do this for this client tomorrow. I got to do, how many things I forgot and how many times I got yelled at from clients or upset my clients because I told them I would do something and I forgot.
Yeah.
So little thing, and Asana's free if you have one or two users or something like that. It's free. I pay for a team account because we have 6 people on it, right?
Why do you go with that over Trello?
It's more structured. Okay. Trello is, so you can do the same thing in Asana, the whole board thing, right? It's just more structured. It visually structured more for me. Cool. And it's checklists versus, like I said, those boards that you move things and you can complete them, but I can't go in. With Trello, what I've seen is I can't go in and see what my team, what I've scheduled them, what other people have, and see what their next. Again, it's just Trello's more project management. It is project management, but it's more task related than anything for me.
We got people asking about the ISA side. What is an ISA? ISA is an inside sales agent. Somebody who's going to call the leads for you so the agent doesn't have to.
Correct.
Are you using Power ISA?
Yep.
Okay.
And I thank you guys for that every day.
You enjoying the results?
Yep.
So far, so good. Pretty good. Their onboarding process is so smooth compared to everybody else.
So I told Gus. So he had some hiccups with us, and I said, listen, feedback.
Yeah.
A little bit slow, and then guess what? Boom! The next day, everything was set up.
And that's the best part about them. I think that.
Oh, he's been awesome, man.
Their responsiveness is beyond anything else I've ever used. They're really, really good with that. I had an issue with, so I had two ISAs doing the follow-ups on one of our accounts. One ISA was really, really good. and we would get all the details of the conversation. And then the next one, we wouldn't get details of the conversation. I was like, this is so weird. And to the client, it looks really weird too, right? Because some leads are really like, we get all the details, and then some leads we get no details. 24 hours fixed.
Yeah, no, they're hands down the best I've ever worked with. And I've worked with
everybody
and their mother. I've worked with pretty much the same ones that you guys have worked with, and we've had the same results.
Yeah.
Right. So it's hands down.
You know, what's really cool is he bought the program, so he knows our ads.
Yes.
Which is really cool. You know, so he knows like some of the you know, the foreclosure ad, he knows, like he adds the script to that. I'm working with him with another client right now. We've completely rebuilt the script. And that was always a big thing for me, was we need to work with an ISA that can customize the scripts. Because there's certain clients that we work with, the scripts aren't the same. They're running different types of campaigns, different offers. We need to modify the scripts, and he does that, which is awesome.
Yep, absolutely. And listen, I've only been with him a month. I've already sent him, I think, 6 clients, and
wow, that's amazing.
I've taken one of my clients that he just officially launched today was with another ISA company, and the first 2 leads I sent to him, they qualified.
Yeah,
like I was like, sold, done. All my clients,
right?
We're moving forward with it.
Which let me ask you, what program are you running with him? Which one are you running? The call only, or are you doing text, email, phone calls?
Just the speed to the $5 a month one.
Yeah. Okay. So the 26 or 27 phone calls, right?
Yeah, but you still get 1 or 2 text messages in there. For me, it doesn't matter. Because I can set those emails on high level and stuff like that, or I can build it out in there.
And I think that was one of the things that, like, a lot of the members from the private group, because they're running high level, that was one. It's like, we can automate all this stuff, so we don't really need the emails, the text messages. We just want the phone calls. Like, I think within a week, he had a whole new service built out just for the marketers part of our groups, which was amazing. So he's not a, you know, I always think people, when they first hear of him, you know, they kind of think, okay, it's just kind of like the small company. He's a big company.
Yeah.
Speed to Lead's one section of the company. He's got this massive other company where they do the FSBOs and the expireds and everything else, right? They have 60 agents working in that other section of his company. So,
you know what I loved more than anything? He has his own tech guys in there that'll build out zaps and all that shit and automation by themselves.
Yeah.
The only times I've worked with fucking ISA companies like, oh, I can't do that. You got to do that. And then my team gets stuck building out shit for them.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
No, definitely. I'm so happy he joined our group and happy he joined the private group too. It's been I think it's added so much value to the marketers and really has helped out everybody. Everybody that's used him has benefited from his service. And it's been just a really great experience for everybody.
And that's been, people are loving the like I have, I'm working in September 1, I'm starting with the Hopkins group. They're down here in Fort Lauderdale. I went to meet them in person. Anytime you have somebody local, you go to their fucking office. I'll do a Zoom call.
Great tip.
Close them every time. Every time I meet somebody in person, I close them.
Yeah.
Ed's good at that. So, but no, anytime you have somebody local, you go to their fucking office. I don't care what you got going on. You reschedule that Zoom call or that phone call, and you meet them and pray. Hey, I noticed you're local. Like, so for me, I went they do 250. They're the second biggest team here in South Florida outside of the Lori Finkelstein Reader group.
Mm-hmm.
And they do like 250 to 300 home sales a year. Dondi, who is like her and her mom run the team, the Hopkins team. And like, oh, we're committing to a year, no doubt. Like, I haven't even had a conversation. I had a conversation with her director of operations, Javier. I didn't even have a conversation with her.
That's wild. Until
today. And she's like, done. Like, let's get this thing going September 1. I'm like,
awesome.
Fuck.
That's awesome.
Not her mom, but yeah. So like, yeah, anytime, but people are loving. She's like, she was comparing us to Boomtown. Like, she's like, oh, and Real Geeks, what's, I was like, first off, you'll never be able to compare us because Boomtown is just going to give you some shitty leads that may have name and email. And I've even worked with them specifically and one degree away from the CEO of Boomtown. Like, so yeah, it's one of those things that adding the ISA portion, whether they can afford it or not, they absolutely love it.
Yeah.
And is it something you include for your $2,000 a month retainer?
Absolutely. Yep.
So they're getting that. They're getting leads. Do they get a certain number of leads, or does it depend on the area?
They get 100 leads.
Okay.
And so I've broken it down to so I always sell them at 2,000. But if they're like, oh, I don't want 100 leads, you have anything cheaper, $1,500, you get 50 leads.
Yeah.
I broke it down to
basically you're trying to average $5 a lead. $5 a lead on the ad spend, $5 a lead for the ISA.
And I make 1,000.
And you're making 1,000. Yeah.
I'm cool with that. I'm 35 to 40% profitable with the team and everything on $1,000.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'll make $400 not doing anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. How hands off is your agency at this point? How hands on do you have to be?
You guys are gonna be jealous, but I could go away for fucking 5 months and not do anything.
That's wild.
There you go.
I could probably go away for a year. I'd probably lose some clients.
Well, and it sounds like a lot of what you're doing these days is really trying to improve your process.
That's it. Yeah. So I still do some of the sales. I don't touch one fucking ad for any of my clients.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? For a year and a half, I put in that fucking work. I put in work doing the ads myself, doing everything by myself. Sales calls, running the ads, everything. I'm telling you right now, especially I'm going to call Ed out because he's got enough clients and he's got enough revenue. We got to make sure he's hiring the right people. And that first hire was the best decision I've ever made in my life. And I'm thinking about hiring 2 more people. Can I afford it? Probably not. I'll probably take a little bit of capital out with a small loan, but because I know I'll make it back. But because it does cost some money up front before you really get them producing results for you.
Yep.
So I always look at, all right, if I can, like I took out a small business loan for 30 grand, or I took a credit line out on my business because I've been in business. So they gave me 72,000. I used 30 of it. Well, guess what? I've spent 4,000. I've made already 15 on just running ads.
That's awesome.
Guess what? That in paying back, so it's a 6 month that I have to pay it back. It's like $5 grand a month or something like that. I've already, it was like $3 grand I have to pay. If I pay over 6 months, if I pay it back quicker, I only pay whatever the interest is that I used it for. So I'm like, fuck, I've already made 15 grand. I took 30 out. I've already almost doubled my money. Let's keep going.
Amazing. Yeah. That's awesome.
But again, it's I have enough cash flow that I can do that. And I have enough cash flow that I can afford to spend. Like, God forbid I didn't make anything, I still have that money. It's not like I went and blew that money.
Yeah,
like, it's still sitting in the account. I'm using it on marketing. And if I have to hire somebody, I learned that from one of my mentors, Brian, who owns a co-working spot down here. And he's a multi-millionaire. And learned that, like, use other people's capital. They're charging me over 6 months, a simple interest of 12%. It comes out to, if you do the APR and all that shit and break it down, it would equal a 12%. But I'm making 35% on every dollar that I make back. Why would I want to spend my own money on marketing?
Yeah.
Right. So little things like that I've learned over time that, just hiring the right people, knowing where to put and spend your money. Again, it always comes down to systems, processes. For sure. Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, listen, we're at about 9:30 right now. You've been on for a while. I really appreciate it. We got 34 people. Before you say anything, Matt, we've got 34 people on. This is your last opportunity. If you have any questions, put them in the comments here. I'm pretty sure Brett will be more than happy to answer some of these.
Listen, let's get into some of the questions. If there's questions, I'm willing, as long as you guys are, to answer the questions. There ain't no questions, I'm going to drink.
That's right.
Well, I had a quick question because were you done, Shane?
No, I wasn't done, but I had another question. Matt, you go nuts. Go ahead and ask. I'll ask the question after my own question.
Cool. When you jumped in, we already knew that you had quite the business, and I'm talking about when you jumped in the student program or the beta program. And what have been some of your takeaways? Like, were you able to get value out of this program when a very successful business already when you were coming in?
Instantly. To be honest with you, between the two of you, I'm not just like brushing your shoulder. Like, hands down, the best $1,000 I've ever spent.
Really?
I go to your guys' course once a week at least.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. I'm always looking for something. I'm always going. My whole team uses it too. Right? Hands down, not bullshit. Like once a week, I'm in that fucking course, and it's because you can only retain so much information. Mm-hmm. And so the more I watch something, bro, I've watched your onboarding and breaking it down, like just the form itself, like 50 times. I'm like, fuck, am I asking the right questions? Like I've read through it. Now I literally took your onboarding form and just restructured it a little bit. But yeah, I'm in there all the time. I'm looking at the master classes you have in there have been fucking awesome. And just knowing that every time I see you guys come out with something new, I'm like, I ain't gotta pay shit for this. Like it just continuously builds up the value. So for me, yeah, it instantly, and I told you, Shane, it was the onboarding that saved me a shit ton of misery and time, and because how it was structured before is we would automatically let them schedule an onboarding call, and they would schedule it that next day. And then we have the 45 minutes and we're asking them all these questions, their information and blah, blah, blah. No, they can't schedule. They do not get our calendar link until they fill out those forms.
That's amazing, and that means a lot to I always say this to people that join the program. And then when I talk to them, because we talk to almost all the students, right? I mean, people book support calls, people book onboarding calls, people book coaching calls, right? So we talked to a lot of people, and maybe you felt the same way too when you built your real estate course out.
Yep.
It's like, are you teaching the right thing? Right? It's like, all of this stuff. It's like, what are the important parts of this, right? And I think, I'm sure, I speak for Matt as well. I mean, it means a lot to us considering what level you were at when you actually joined the program. And I'm so happy to actually have you part of this. Not just because, you paid us money to join.
That's the nice part though, right?
That's definitely the nice part. But it was cheap, right? I mean, it was cheap. You got, it's not like it's not super expensive. But you're right. It does, we are always adding to it. So there's a lot of value for people that are in it. And I'm so happy for you that you got something out of it, considering what level you were at when you joined, right? Because you were what, 30, 40 clients already. You knew how to do the ads and all that stuff. So that's awesome. I'm really, really happy to hear that.
Yeah. I was at when I bought the course was, I think the end of, or the beginning of the year. So I forget when it was. But yeah, I was probably right around 50 clients. I think that was probably at my prime when I was like getting close there. And I've always fluctuated from 60. I've had 67 clients at one point to 57 to, since I hit 40, I haven't been less than that, knock on wood, right? But
right.
I'm paying way too much money to go down to 40 again now. So no, but it's as soon as I got in that course, man, this is exactly what I did when I first got in there. I went through every single topic. Which ones do I need? Which ones do I need? And the first one that I clicked on, because every other one was coming soon. First one I clicked on that had some content, it was the onboarding. Done. Like that right there, because that's the issue I had that I was trying to solve from you guys. Right. And I was hoping I would solve is that onboarding issue. It wasn't how to generate more leads or how to get a lower cost per lead. Although I did learn a lot of shit on that side, little different techniques, like I was telling you, the Canva and all that. And so, for me, like that instant, as long as I can learn one thing, it's well worth the $1,000 spent. And I did that the first time I logged into the course. And it's just been more, I mean, everything else that I learn on top of that, it's just been obviously added value. And you guys are absolutely, so those of you that are watching this are going to watch this, don't even think about it. Like, purchase the fucking course. Stop.
Yeah, I think if you're
stop even thinking about it.
Yeah.
If you just learn one thing from them, this is the thing. I've spent $10,000 on a course before, and that takes a long time to get my money back. You go out there today, you spend $1,000 and you get 2 clients at $500 a month, it paid for itself. And I promise you that. You can call somebody tomorrow, go search Zillow and call somebody. They'll pay you $500 to run ads for them.
Yeah, $500.
Yeah.
Not a big deal. You know what's really cool? My favorite part about this is whenever we get somebody who's got a great business already, when they come in, it's like it adds value to the private group, to the mastermind, right? Because that, like, to me, is one of my favorite things about the whole course. Because, you know, I mean, I don't go listen to, you know, myself and Shane talk inside the course, but like masterminding inside of the private group and having the coaching calls and stuff like that, like that's my favorite part. And just,
and you know what? Yeah. And to add to that, Matt, you know, the really cool thing about, and I think this is where a lot of people are getting a lot of value here. The content's good. You know, I think the content's good. There's a lot in there as well. And just to help, like, just that will help you generate leads, will help you close more clients, will help you set the right expectations, all that stuff, right? Like that's a given, right? In the private group, what's really cool about what has happened is that we've built this unique community of marketers and agents that run ads for real estate.
Yep.
And everybody in that, there might be a few select people that want to keep shit to themselves, but the majority of people want to share. They're like you coming on Whiskey Thursday and saying, hey, you know what? Let me share my screen. Here, this is what I'm doing. This is step by step, everything that I'm doing. And what's really neat is that we have had our client acquisition, the automated client acquisition funnel that's coming out. We've been working on this for a little while. That's from somebody else that's in the program. He's like, you know what? Take this. I want to share this with the community. Go ahead, build it out for your course, share it to everybody, and you can have it. Ed, same thing. He's got this crazy acquisition. He's like, you know what? Let's build something for the student program, right? Everybody's like willing to help to, I don't know why. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you people.
We don't take any credit for building this the way it has become. Like, we started and all of a sudden it was like, it just became this massive thing that is awesome.
You know, Aaron Harris, I spoke to Aaron, and I don't know if he's still watching or he probably is. He's probably going to bed. But Aaron Harris, I was talking to him about his home buyers event, right? Because I don't do home buyers event. I generate leads. We focus a lot on the conversion side. Yeah, your cat wants you.
Yeah, let me let her out real quick. Get the fuck out of here.
I thought she could open the door. What happened?
No, she can only open it coming in.
So you know, I'm talking to Aaron Harris about his home buyers event. So where he builds out these home buyers event, right? And he's having a ton of success with these. I'm talking to him about it, asking him questions about it. And I just asked him, I said, listen, like, would you be interested in coming inside the private group, doing a 45-minute call on what you're doing exactly, and share this with the private group? It's like, yeah, no problem. He's not even part of the private group. He just comes in and he does
that's crazy.
And it's part of the bonus masterclasses, right? Not only that, but he shared ads. He shared his he gave away his presentation that he gives away to clients, right? So it's really interesting how this private community, this mastermind that we built, all the members are so willing to share. And same with you, Brett, because when I was on the phone call a couple of days ago, you even said like, hey, yeah, like, you know, what I'm doing for like the automated stuff and shit, like I'll share that stuff, whatever you want. You know, you said that, right? I have a question for you. Why is that? Why has this group or this private group gone that way? What?
I think it starts with the two of you, right? Because you guys are so willing. Yes, people are paying, and they see, people see what you're doing on the non-paid side and on the paid side, and that you're not like every other marketers out there that run courses that try to, nickel and dime you for every fucking course that they built out. And so for me, I see that, and that's why I'm willing. But I've always been this way, because if I can help one person get out of a situation or help them grow and scale their business, it's a win for me, and I feel better, right? It's a selfish thing for me. And I also know that I can give you my whole business and 90% of the people watching this will never do anything with it anyways.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm not afraid to give out my stuff because I'll give you my guys' course for free. 90% of us it's just like realtors. 90% of realtors do 10% of the business. 10% of realtors do 90% of the business. So for me, if I can impact one person and help them grow and scale their business and get from where I was and being broke as shit to actually making money and do it, I just hope that they would do the same thing. And that's why it's for me. But again, it just starts with the two of you, and you guys are so willing to give your knowledge and what you've done.
I think we just got lucky with the marketers that we brought in. I think we just ended up bringing in the best of the best inside of the mastermind. That's what I think.
The fact that you in our niche, real estate and realtors and mortgage lenders, the fact that you do have some of the best in the fucking industry, including yourselves, and I've paid for other real courses and said I was a lender and all these different things, and to be honest with you, this course in itself has this group has more knowledge than any other platform in our niche that I've seen.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's why I had to be a part of it.
Yeah, that's great.
Right? And I was trying to solve an issue that you guys solved for me.
Yeah, and Brett, we're really, really pleased to have you part of that. It's awesome, and then obviously some of the other big marketers that are part of that group too. It's awesome. Matt, I can't see the questions. I don't know if any questions.
We got some questions. Let's go back up here to the top. Let's see. There's a lot of comments on that.
She's fucking eating, fat fuck.
Let's see. Okay, Brett, new agent here. What's the number one thing I have to do to be successful?
All right, as an agent, this is a good question. So I talk to newer agents quite often. Sometimes I just get the urge of I'm not going to send that text message out, and I just want to talk to them and see where they're at, because I'll know right off the bat if somebody's going to be successful or not. So one is stop listening to the fucking old ass fucks at your office, excuse my French, that are stuck in their old ways. Don't get the habits of one, stay away from your office, hands down. You want to be successful, stay away from your damn real estate office. It's the most negative place you'll ever be in. Matt, you might be able to attest to that, but stay away from that. And I might be cursing.
I'm so licensed at my office.
I might be cursing too much that way. That's why Shane just jumped off. No.
No, I just unplugged my video.
So
no. You gotta go feed the meter and make sure you can come back.
Yeah, right. In all fairness, if you want to be successful, you have to get very clear on what you want out of this business. This is anything in general. I don't give a shit if it's real estate or if it's marketing or if it's washing cars. Get very clear on what it is. You don't have to have a why. I never had a why. I do now. I never want to go back to being broke. So for me, what you need to do is find 3 pillars of your business that you are good at, that you can leverage to get business. It could be Facebook ads. It could be open houses. It could be door knocking. Find 3. Those are the 3 things that you spend all of your time on until you have your first deal or your second deal or your third deal. Second thing, you need to 100% right off the bat hire a transaction coordinator, because your time is worth, I don't care if you're a newer agent or an agent that is 10 years in, your time is worth more than freaking writing addendums and sending emails to title companies. Okay, so my transaction coordinator, I pay her $300 if the property closes. So those the big main thing is find those money-making activities that 100% you are good at and that fit the business and your style of what you want to do. That what a lot of people come do is the first thing they do is they search, how do I do this? Or they get stuck in the learning mode, right? Get stuck in the implementation process. Go out and actually do shit. That's the biggest thing. For me, when I first started out in real estate, I went 2.5 years and didn't sell one property, right? Then I sold 15 in a fucking month, right? So it's one of those, so I say it was successful in 2 years, but it really wasn't. It really wasn't. If you break it down, I was not successful in the 2-year span, right? It just all of a sudden it clicked in my head. And then I did the real estate roller. Oh man, I just made a bunch of money and now I have nothing, right? So get very clear, start building your systems and processes out now. Find out what those activities are that you are good at. If you always, every single day starts with money-making activities. That's it. If you have nothing else to do, you're always doing money-making activities. Yeah. If you're sitting in your real estate office, I call it the water cooler. If you're sitting around the coffee pot talking shit to the other agent that's right across from you, you'll never be successful. Ever. Because there's somebody out there that's going to work 10 times harder than you.
Yeah.
You're going to go out there and get the business that you're not going to get. And there's always going to be an agent that's going to steal your business because you didn't work that client hard enough as well. So yeah. I always, as soon as, like I said, it just, once it all clicked, it was all about what am I doing right now that's going to lead to another deal. So, and that's what a lot of people don't want to teach you. They want to, just go door knock, go call for sale by owners expired. This is what every broker is going to tell you. No, you got to figure out what you're good at.
Call expireds and for sale by owner. Don't get me wrong. Like, I feel like a lot of the people that end up doing well with Facebook ads were good at expireds before.
100%. One of my good friends, Chris Igo, if you're a real estate agent and you're in this, it's funny because his is called real estate conversion and something, cold calling and conversion or something like that. Mm-hmm. He makes live for sale by owner and expire calls every single day. The motherfucker is a beast on the phone.
Yep.
But he also did 20 years in a boiler room for a stockbroker. So
Greg McDaniel was in here earlier from Real Estate Uncensored. He does the same thing. He does the
Yep. I follow him.
Yep.
Hey, really quickly, sorry to interrupt. Guys, I've got to run because I want to spend the rest of the night with my wife here.
Tell her we said happy birthday so you don't get in trouble.
Yeah, it sounds good. Yep. Brett, it was great having you on the show here.
It was a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you so much. And I have a funny feeling that we're going to see some of what you do inside of the private group or the private programs.
Hey, I'm here for whatever you need.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah, and honestly, thanks for your time tonight.
Absolutely.
2 hours here. It's unbelievable that considering where you're at, we really appreciate your time. At least I do, anyways. I'm sure.
Absolutely.
So, and everybody else that's been watching, thanks so much. I'm going to take off. And
we'll finish up the questions if there are any, Matt.
We got a few more we'll go through, and then we'll call her good.
Yeah. Easy, guys.
Later, Shane.
Have a good night. Take care.
Bye.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
So next one, Lyndon Moe says, talk about more client acquisition. Lyndon's actually an agent who is crushing it. He did 1.9 million.
Lyndon, just hire me, bro, because we've already had a conversation.
He's actually in the program now. Lyndon is in the program.
What's his last name again?
Lyndon Moe.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think. Hold on, I might be out of my mind, but I'm almost spot. He's in the Pennsylvania area, right?
Jersey City.
Jersey. Yep. He follows Joshua Smith as well, 90-Day Mastery Bootcamp. So if you're a newer agent, go buy his program too.
Yeah, if you're a newer agent, Joshua Smith's Bootcamp is what you said.
Yep, hands down the best $1,000 outside of this that you'll ever spend.
Outside of this, no.
Yeah.
No, if you're a new agent, something where you're going to get.
He teaches you how to run a real estate business.
Yeah.
From the ground up.
And you need to know how to run the business.
So what?
Fuel it up.
What was his question? What was Lyndon's question again?
More client acquisition. And Alex says, how did you get started? How did you get your first client, and what price points?
So my first client was Joshua Smith.
Okay.
He told me, bro, you're running my ads. That was as easy. And he told me how much he was paying me. So that was that. Outside of that, like I said, it started with my course that I created, and people just started from that course. People just started reaching out to me. As far as client acquisition, if Lyndon's still on this, what is the client acquisition that he wants? Is it real estate client acquisition? Is it client acquisition for agents?
Yeah, for agents, for marketing, or to get more agents.
I mean, it's all in this course, man. To be honest, I wouldn't have, I mean, the last thing I would, if you have money
I say there's a bunch of questions on acquisition that are specific. So we'll just,
let's do that. Yeah, let's do that.
And this one is actually about your first hire. Was it the one that took this? Did your first hire take sales calls? And at what time did you delegate fulfillment and whatnot?
Okay. So my first hire was a VA.
Okay.
And he's still with us, Mag. Yeah. So he was my first hire, and all he did was implementation of that. So I would send him an input sheet, and we still run it the same way, just a little bit different, where I gave him the photos, the listing, gave him everything on a inside of base, or at the time it was inside of Basecamp, but now it's in Asana, and it's literally a breakdown of the ad, and all he does is goes in and creates the ad.
Okay.
That was my first hire. My second hire was then Kristen. She then took over pretty much the day-to-day of became my client ads manager, and pretty much ran, dealt with the clients, essentially took the day-to-day of managing the ad accounts so that I can focus more on the sales side of things.
Okay.
Then from there, we hired a salesman, not a sales manager, but a sales guy, Mike, and he actually left and then came back, and he actually just started with me 2 weeks ago again. And so I'm ramping because we stopped marketing for a little bit. We just didn't have enough business, and he had to go make money. So because I only pay him 10% of the total 3-month contract that he signs.
So then it started with ad fulfillment.
Yep.
With a VA. It moved to business admin. Is that right?
Essentially, yeah. So client ads manager is what we called her at the time. So she was managing all of the ads, client setup and everything. And that was one of my clients' employees that she was leaving, and and so she was our second hire.
And then sales was your third.
And sales was my third.
Okay. And you said you paid him how?
Say it again.
You just said how you paid him. I missed it.
Oh, so I paid my sales guy 10% of the 3-month contract.
Okay.
Nice. My VA, I started him out at $450 a month. Kristen started part-time with us because she was just getting her up and running. The ones that are first starting, we always start them. No, I take that back. She started full-time. We were paying her $800 a week. Okay. As a 1099, and then she gets paid $1,000. She gets paid $52,000 a year now. And I'll be eventually raising that up. Obviously, she's definitely worth a lot more than that. But so that we pay her $4,000 a month. I pay, and then I have another VA, which was Mags's brother. Okay. He started part-time as just doing data entry and shit like that. Very highly intelligible, like very intelligent VA. And so he started at $450 part-time.
That's awesome.
I actually took him from his full-time job as at a firm and brought him in full-time. I pay him $1,000 a month. And he does pretty much our entire client onboarding setup.
That's awesome. And it's funny because I've had a lot of VAs, and there's been VAs when they want their family member, the brother, the sister, the mom, the dad. I mean, husbands, wives, like this person, when they enjoy working for you, they'll be like, can they do it too? And I've had it not work out. So it's really cool that you've had it work out, because then when it doesn't work out, now you've got a weird situation with two instead of one.
We were worried about that. So, and actually I didn't even like I didn't hire him. I didn't train him. I didn't do nothing. Mags, his brother, trained him on what he was doing. And so I didn't spend no time there. And then I realized, like, over time, like, man, he's fucking good. Like, just figure shit out, right? Very intelligent and figure shit out. And he's to the point where he's getting paid double of his brother who hired him, doing more, and will eventually be at our business with my company a lot longer.
That's awesome.
Because I will Judd, I will pay him forever. You will never have to worry about a job ever again.
As long as he's happy there, he's got a spot.
Correct. As long as he wants to be with me, I will always have work for him to do.
That's awesome. And that is something that a lot of the VAs really value, is having that longevity, whatever, the ability to stay somewhere long term, because they're used to kind of jumping around a lot of times.
Yep. Mags was so happy when he hit that year. He was so happy. Now, here's the thing. I didn't know this. When you're hiring VAs, you pay them for 13 months. Yep. In the Philippines, it is they get a 1 month bonus in December. Always. It's a tradition.
Really?
So, yes. So, if you plan on hiring VAs from the Philippines, you always pay them an extra month. I didn't know that, and they came to me and I was like, bro, I don't believe that shit. When I used virtual assistant Finder or something like that, they even, in their onboarding for us, they even mentioned that, like, it is a thing. Businesses, big companies that hire people in the Philippines, they always pay them they pay them 2 months salary, so December and an extra month in December.
Yeah.
It's like a Christmas bonus.
I know they have bonuses, and then I hadn't heard the 13 months thing, which is crazy, because I hired and gone through more than 100, like literally. Yep. And I've never heard that. So that's interesting.
Mine specifically asked me for it, and I'm like, I didn't give it to him that first year. I'm like, so I'll give him 2 months. I'll give them two payments next month, next time, this December, if they're still with me.
They do definitely expect the bonus in December.
Yep.
One thing I learned, I didn't know that was why, but that makes sense.
Yep, it's a third. So again, it's just a Christmas bonus, but it's considered the 13th month.
Yeah, and then also with ours, they always expected a raise every year.
I gave mine $100 raise, Max, but he didn't ask me. Nah. Yeah. Which is fine. I mean, listen, you're paying them pennies to the dollar. Like, so if you give them $50 a month extra, like, is it really gonna hurt? No. Right?
Oh, no.
You always, when you find the right VA, like I did in Judd, you always 100% make sure they're making more money than they will anywhere else.
Yep.
They'll never leave you. So guess what I gave him? He was working 2 jobs, making $50 less a month. Now he gets to work from home and do whatever the hell, and he has a new kid. He ain't leaving.
Yeah. That's awesome. And it's so awesome for them too, because like when the ones that I've worked with, like they were able to just live a way better life than they had before, just from these, I mean, it seems like really minuscule paychecks. Like they're not very big, and they're just like, oh my gosh, I live very, very well.
Yep.
And they love it. Buying a house and stuff. I mean, it's awesome.
I think it's like 15 grand a year there, something like 15 or 20 grand. You're like a millionaire.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's wild. I know where I'm retiring.
Yeah, for real. For real.
Let's see. Eric says, how big is the private group? 263 people last I looked, but that obviously includes me and Shane.
Yep. It should be higher.
Yeah, it will be. It'll be interesting because, like I said, the new version coming out, that's going to be fun. We won't get into all that. Yeah. Did you just offer your course for free? Did you offer your course for free? Did you do that?
I've given it for free. Now, my course is strictly for realtors.
Ah, right.
And so it's not for.
Yeah. They probably thought it was the other one when you were saying.
No, yeah. So the white label will definitely work on, but It's I don't know. Maybe we'll replay this back, and maybe I did. Maybe I'll have to give it to him for free right now.
There you go. Let's see. Olivia says you guys give so much value all the time. Let's see. Anything you wish you would have known when you first started? Great question, Minsub. Minsub just joined the program. He's brand new.
That is a great question. How much work this shit would have taken, man? You know, but I hear that shit all the time. That like, oh, you'll be successful. You'll be like, it takes hard work. Like, this is not easy, man. And it's just because we're doing a laptop job, which is an agency and stuff like that, like it's still a lot of work. And so if outside of that, the one mistake that I did make that I learned from is, and we talked about this earlier, is building out your systems and processes now when you don't have clients, so that when you do, you don't have to worry about breaking shit so fast. Yeah. Right? You don't have to be in my position when I was scaling, or in Ed's position where he is now, that he can't scale fast enough. He can't keep up and he's going crazy, right? So build out the systems and processes, anything that you do now. I luckily never did free trials or anything like that. Even right now, I would never go do those. I know you guys, teach that as part of the course, and it's a great idea. Don't get me wrong. I would never do that.
Yeah. See, we don't teach it to go get business though. We teach it simply for testimonials.
Correct. But you can get those with the $500 too, right? So
it's true.
Or $250, right? It does whatever.
Money's money.
Money's money for sure. So, yeah. So for me, it just, like I said, is the systems and processes, and I heart that, and I will die. Like that is, before you start marketing, you got to build that shit out.
Yeah.
Because what's going to happen if you get a client today? What are you going to do? Do you even know what you would do? Do you even know what your onboarding process would look like? Do you even know? Run some ads for yourself and just give away the leads for free if you want, right? If you want testimonials that way, hey, I'm going to give you 50 leads if you just write me a testimonial on the leads that I gave you.
Yep.
Right? They'll take the 50 leads. They don't care.
Oh, yeah. 100 all day.
Yeah.
Okay. Last question we've got here. I'm going to summarize it.
Hopefully it's a good one.
Lead forms or funnels?
Lead forms, hands down.
And how come? Because everybody says the quality is not as great with the forms. And
this is the thing. We're doing online marketing. I don't give a shit what anyone says. Quality is in the quantity.
Yep.
I don't care what anyone says. Quality is in the quantity and the follow-up.
100%. 100%.
So if I know I can generate more leads because and I'm not saying funnels aren't bad, because yes, if there was a way to get a better quality lead, because I even tell my clients this, they're like, oh, I just want quality leads. Well, we're not for you then, because a lot of the leads that we're going to give you are going to be shit.
Yeah.
That's why we have the ISAs go through them for you, because it's not worth your time going through a lead that is going to never answer the phone call anyways, right? So the reason why I like lead forms is it's less friction. The least amount of friction that you can get gives you more leads and a lower cost per lead. Also, people trust Facebook more, so they're going to majority of the time have you just leave their information that's already there. So you get about on average, 60 to 80% of the data is free, right? Or not free, is correct, whether they answer or not.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a friction. Now, if you were to say that there's a better quality lead, what I would do is would do the funnels with a shit ton of retargeting.
Yeah.
The only way to get a better quality lead is to not ask for shit right now. If you have capital and you aren't guaranteeing leads and you really want to build up something badass for your clients, is literally build out a brand awareness ad or a video views ad and retarget based off of the engagement.
Yep.
That's the only way. You won't generate a lot of leads, but those leads that you do generate in the bottom of funnel will know, like, and trust your client.
Exactly. I love it.
You know this business, hands out, everyone that's in this, last thing I'm going to say, this is a person-to-person business. This is a human connection business. The whole goal for your clients when you hire them is to get people to know, like, and trust them so that they will do business with them. That's it.
Yep. I love it. I love it. Brett, thank you so much. You guys, if you made it this far, obviously hashtag live if you're live, hashtag replay if you're watching the replay. But if you made it this far for the whole thing, hashtag trooper down in the comments. You made it this far. We really appreciate the troopers every single week who sit here for the whole thing and just are committed to growing their business and learning more about the industry and what they can do to do better and so on and so on. So,
Yep.
But again, thank you so much, Brett. Like, you provided so much value. I think a lot of people have enjoyed it. If you've enjoyed it, make sure you comment, let us know, and we'll see you inside the private group, man.
Absolutely. And I'm an open book. So if anyone ever needs me, I'm in the group. I'm in both of the groups. I am sometimes slow to get to my Facebook unless it's Shane and Matt. I get to them right away. No, I'm just kidding. Oh yeah. Like I said, reach out to me anytime. Like I said, any questions or anything I can help with. Like, somebody reached out to me the other day on Facebook Messenger, or today actually. Hey, I saw your ad. He runs an agency. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to get on the call with him. I'm going to pitch you guys to him and help him out.
There you go.
All right.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
All right. Listen, this has been fun. I appreciate you guys. It's been on my board to get onto one of these calls one day, and it actually happened. So here it is.
We love having you. We love having you. So we'll have to do it again.
Absolutely.
Awesome, man.
Thanks, bro.
Take care. We'll talk to you.
Have a drink in a little bit for me.
Will do.
All right, later, bro.
You bet. Take care. Take care. We'll talk to you.
Have a drink in a little bit for me.
Will do.